Just imagine growing up in the same house as your younger brother. You both play cricket together in the streets. You both dream the same dream. But one day, your younger brother gets selected for India, and you don't. He plays Test cricket. He takes a hat trick at Karachi. He becomes a national celebrity. People start coming to your house in hundreds just to get a glimpse of him. And whenever your relatives visit, the first thing they ask is, "Irfan kaisa hai?" How is Irfan doing? Not you. Irfan. The younger one. That was the life of Yusuf Pathan for years. The older brother. The overlooked one. The one who played domestic cricket season after season and barely anyone noticed. Until one tournament in 2008 changed everything. Irfan once recalled that his first proper pair of sneakers were gifted to him by selector Kiran Moore. They were S brand, worth 800 rupees. He used to wear out the soles from bowling so often that he would cut a piece of Dunlop sponge and slide it into the shoes to extend their life. Both brothers loved cricket. Both of them were talented. But the story that India got to know first was Irfan's. By the time Irfan was 19, he was in the Indian Test team. By 2006, he had taken a hat trick in the very first over of a Test match against Pakistan, something no bowler in history had ever done. Yusuf, 3 years older, was still fighting for a regular spot in the Baroda Ranji team. But it was not until the 2004-05 season, by which time his younger brother Irfan was already playing for India, that Yusuf finally established himself as a regular in the Baroda squad. He described those years honestly in an interview, saying that relatives would come to the house and ask, "Irfan kaisa hai? How is Irfan doing?" as though he himself was not even playing cricket. That one line tells you everything about what those years must have felt like. But here is the thing about Yusuf Pathan. He did not give up. He just kept working. And then came 2006. His coach Balwinder Sandhu said publicly at a Rotary Club dinner that Yusuf would play for India and predicted he would play in a World Cup. People laughed. Nobody believed him. But that year, Yusuf had a very good season in the Ranji Trophy and the Deodhar Trophy, and after that, Yusuf said, he began to believe himself. By the 2006-07 Ranji Trophy, he had the highest batting strike rate among anyone who scored over 200 runs that season. His aggressive batting and useful off-spin earned him a spot in India's squad for the inaugural ICC World 2020 in South Africa in 2007. He was 24 years old and finally getting a stage. And while his contribution in that World Cup was small, he batted in the final against Pakistan and scored 15 runs. India won the tournament. Yusuf had a World Cup winner's medal. But his real moment was still coming. In early 2008, the Indian Premier League held its first ever player auction. The concept was brand new. Franchises bidding millions of dollars for cricketers. Nobody had seen anything like it in cricket before. The Rajasthan Royals, the cheapest franchise in the league, bought for just $67 million, were building their squad around Shane Warne, the Australian leg spin legend who had come out of retirement to captain and coach the side. Warne's philosophy was simple: find talent that others have ignored. Bet on players who are hungry and have something to prove. Rajasthan Royals signed Yusuf Pathan for $265,000 United States dollars, about 1910 INR at the time. After a good domestic season, he was considered a useful pick but certainly not a headline signing. No one was writing articles about Yusuf Pathan. Yusuf was just a name in a squad list. A domestic player from Baroda. A useful all-rounder. A backup. And then the tournament began. From the very first few matches, it became clear that Yusuf Pathan was a different kind of player on this stage. The IPL format, 20 overs, maximum aggression, no time to settle, was made for exactly the kind of batting he had been doing in domestic cricket for years without anyone paying attention. He scored 435 runs in the season at a strike rate of 179. He recorded the fastest half-century of the entire tournament, 21 balls against Deccan Chargers. He hit 450s across the competition. But what one understood, and what made Rajasthan Royals such a special unit, was that Yusuf was not just a batter. He was an off-spin bowling all-rounder who could contribute with the ball in pressure moments too. Warne used him cleverly, protecting him for situations where his specific skills could win games. Rajasthan Royals won 11 out of 14 group stage games and topped the table. They had the best win percentage of any team that season. A team that nobody had given any chance, that had been called the weakest on paper, had finished first. And in the semi-final against Delhi Daredevils, Yusuf again played a crucial innings of 45 runs as Rajasthan posted 192 and then bowled Delhi out for just 87. They were in the final. The cheapest team in the tournament was one match away from the title. June 1, 2008. D.Y. Patil Stadium, Navi Mumbai. Rajasthan Royals vs Chennai Super Kings. Warne won the toss and chose to field. Chennai batted and posted 163 for 5, with Suresh Raina top scoring. A competitive total on that pitch. Rajasthan's chase was never comfortable. They kept losing wickets at bad times. When Yusuf Pathan walked into bat, his team was in trouble, in the middle of the innings, needing him to hold the chase together. What followed was the kind of innings that defines careers. Yusuf scored 56 runs off 39 balls. Unbeaten. And with the ball earlier in the match, he had taken 3 wickets for just 22 runs off his 4 overs, restricting Chennai's scoring at the death. Ball and bat. In an IPL final. Against the best team in the tournament. ESPN Cricinfo later declared Yusuf Pathan's all-round performance in that final, 3 wickets for 22 and 56 runs from 39 balls, as the greatest IPL performance of all time. The greatest of all time. In a tournament that has now completed over 1,000 matches. And it came from a man who, a few years earlier, could not get into the Baroda Ranji team consistently. A man whose relatives used to ask about his younger brother and forget he existed. It came down to the final over. Rajasthan needed 8 runs. Lakshmipathy Balaji bowled brilliantly for 3 balls, conceding just 2 runs. Then 2 wides. 1 ball left, 1 run needed. Sohail Tanveer pulled the last delivery for the winning runs. Rajasthan Royals had won the first IPL title by 3 wickets. On the last ball, Yusuf Pathan was named man of the match. After the tournament, everything changed for Yusuf. His performances earned him an OD call-up for the Tri-Series in Bangladesh and the Asia Cup in Pakistan. He made his one-day international debut for India against Pakistan on June 10, 2008, just 9 days after the IPL final. The boy from the mosque in Baroda. The one relatives forgot to ask about. The elder brother who waited while Irfan became famous. He was now an Indian international cricketer. And he had a winner's medal from the very first IPL season. He went on to win 2 more IPL titles with Kolkata Knight Riders in 2012 and 2014. He was part of India's 2011 World Cup winning squad. He built a cricket academy with his brother. He eventually entered politics and won a seat in Parliament in 2024. But the origin story, the real one, is IPL 2008. A tournament that gave Yusuf Pathan a stage at exactly the right time, under a captain who believed in overlooked talent, in a team that proved you did not need the biggest names to win the biggest prize. Yusuf Pathan's story is one of the most human stories in IPL history. It is not about records or money or celebrity. It is about what happens when a player who has been waiting in the shadows for years finally gets the right moment, the right captain, and the right stage. He grabbed all three in 2008 and never let go. If this story hit you in a different way than you expected, drop a comment. I want to know what you thought. Like the video if you want more deep dives into the untold IPL stories that most people have forgotten. Subscribe if you are new here. Next time, we go deeper into another player, another franchise, another story from the season that started it all.